Following the tragic death of Achilles, the Greek army finds themselves in a dire position. With their greatest champion gone, they must transition from relying on raw power to the cunning strategic brilliance of Odysseus to turn the tide of the war. Morale among the Greek forces plummets as the reality of their situation sets in. They realize that brute force alone will not overcome the walls of Troy, necessitating a profound shift in their military strategy. A bitter rivalry emerges over who should inherit the legendary armor of Achilles. This conflict represents a symbolic struggle between the physical strength of Ajax the Great and the sharp intellect of Odysseus. Odysseus ultimately wins the armor through persuasion, leading to a tragic end for Ajax. His suicide serves as a somber acknowledgement that the era of relying solely on physical prowess is coming to an end. Prophecies reveal that Troy will only fall if specific, nearly impossible conditions are met, including the retrieval of Hercules' bow, the arrival of Achilles' son, and the theft of the sacred Palladion. The Greeks seek out Philoctetes, a warrior they had previously abandoned. His return is essential, as he possesses the legendary bow of Hercules, a weapon required for their ultimate victory. Neoptolemus, the son of Achilles, arrives on the battlefield. His presence brings renewed hope to the weary Greek army, as he carries both the resemblance and the formidable spirit of his fallen father. To weaken Troy's defenses, the Greeks plan to steal the Palladion, a sacred statue of Athena believed to protect the city. Without this divine shield, the Greeks believe the city will become vulnerable. Odysseus and Diomedes carry out a dangerous stealth operation. They successfully infiltrate the Trojan citadel and extract the Palladion, stripping the city of its final divine protection. Despite the prophecies being fulfilled, the physical walls of Troy remain an insurmountable obstacle. The Greeks realize that a direct assault is futile and that victory will require an unprecedented act of deception. Inspired by Athena, Odysseus conceives of a bold and unorthodox plan: the construction of a massive wooden horse. This structure will be used to hide an elite strike force inside the city walls. Led by the master craftsman Epius, the Greeks work tirelessly to build the giant wooden structure. The horse is carefully engineered to conceal soldiers within its hollow belly. The Greek army stages a dramatic retreat, burning their own camps and sailing out of sight to create the illusion of total surrender. In reality, they are waiting nearby for their trap to be sprung. Odysseus and his finest warriors wait in agonizing silence inside the cramped belly of the wooden horse. They hold their breath, waiting for the Trojans to pull the monument into the city. As the Trojans examine the monument, the priest Laocoön warns his people of the potential trap, famously cautioning them to beware of Greeks bearing gifts. However, fate is already set in motion. In a horrifying spectacle, colossal sea serpents emerge from the ocean. They drag Laocoön and his two sons to their deaths. The Trojans tragically misinterpret this violence as a divine punishment, silencing the only voice of reason against the horse. The Greek spy Sinon is left behind to deceive the Trojans. He delivers a masterclass performance, feigning victimhood to convince them that the wooden horse is a sacred offering to Athena, effectively disarming their remaining suspicion. Swept up in euphoria, the Trojans make a fatal mistake. They tear down a section of their own impregnable walls to drag the massive wooden horse inside, an act of hubris that seals their fate. Believing the war is finally over, the city descends into reckless celebration. The prophetess Cassandra sees the slaughter that awaits them, but her warnings go ignored on this night of blind complacency. A city that withstood a decade of siege now stands hours from collapse. As the Trojans fall into a drunken sleep, the Greek assassins wait within the wooden belly to unleash the city's end.